Okay, so I know that the last couple videos really they sent out a lot of information, and it was really all at once. I'm trying to explain things that happened over several years of progression to this point. It's a little bit hard and choppy, and I think I'm having trouble getting it all across very clearly. At this point, the situation we have is that Apollo is not really going to be much of a help to us. And the help that he is enlightening me to some facts. And the fact is, the temple is designed for a temporary purpose. It was designed to confront things and empower us whom are a part of it, giving us the information and knowledge we need to progress so that we don't fall short or fall behind in our progression with our Godheads. As far as incarnations go, and that's what this one is for, the goal for an incarnation whom is living and working towards the gods and helping the gods to progress their desire for this world, well, that's the goal, to do that, to help them do that. And that's what incarnations are for. And to do that means that we have to get political. I know everybody, I agree, some of the topics you don't talk about at the Thanksgiving table, even the virtual one now, is politics and religion. But, well, that's all I have in my life. It's religion. And now, well, politics becomes part of it because politics has a place where in America, because I use America because, well, that's where I am. That's all I really know in the inner workings of politics. And this is where I have been set to structure my life. Politics in America is vastly corrupt on both sides. You may not agree with me on that point, that your politician is not corrupt. But when I say corrupt, I mean they do things to get votes. That is corrupt to me. No matter what you do, you can look back at a politician probably 4 to 5 years ago, let's say, if they've been in politics that long. And you'll see contradictory statements where when they started, they said one thing to get elected to their position. And then they now changed it because their group has changed. Now, I get it. Everybody changes and we all develop and get better as we get older. I get that. But to change your mind and your structure on a completely intact philosophy. So to go from, let's say, pro-life to not pro-life as a person that quickly, but also at the same time not being able to describe why you're either or, shows me you really didn't have an opinion on it in the first place. You were willing to go either way because you can't really describe it to anyone. And this is what I see with politicians. So in regards to politics, my goal and the group's goal is to help using spiritual powers get agendas across that are to benefit people. And like I said, this is why I say it's corrupt in the system that we have. Lobbying is one of the most corrupt concepts of the voting system, and it's inevitable. You really can't get around it. If you want to get elected, sometimes people jump on any bandwagon they can get on. And so I'm not going to go deeply into what political side I'm on. I mean, you can look, the president election as it is right now is a mess on both sides. And it's obvious that they're both doing things to appease their base because in the past, not that long ago, they've all said something different. So I'm not getting involved with who candidate should be in power. That's actually not my goal. I actually don't care to a degree about the candidates that are in power because they have been elected on false pretenses. Just the fact that the Electoral College has swing states decide for everyone else shows you that they're not going to focus their attention on states that are meaningless to them. Republicans aren't going to go to California to try and sway California. It's a waste of time. They know where it's going. So they're not going to actually do agendas that benefit the majority of the United States to get voted in. They're going to do agendas that benefit the few states that are swing states. So you'll see campaigning, if you look at the campaign records, are all in swing states. They don't go that often to other states. And yeah, they do it occasionally. You got to keep your base going, but they don't go that far. It's the swing states. And this is the design of the Electoral College. So that's the first mistake America has, is the Electoral College. And I think it can be done right. It's not that it can't be. It's just the nature of the game has inevitable possible pitfalls. And so I don't get involved. And I'm trying to stay away from political opinions and party politics. What I'm talking about is religious aspects of things. And this is a part of my life. And when you watch these videos, this part is very serious in my life. And it may tie into the religious storyline that you're watching, because it's just going to be part of things you're going to see happening. As I start setting up cameras around my home to record the everyday life, you're going to see things edited in. And we're going to be talking about this stuff because there are bills that are out there going through the House, the Senate, being put before the president that we are, in reality, very much for. So it's going to be talked about, even amongst all of this storyline that you're watching. And I want you to be aware of that there is a sort of religious stance where you do what you can to benefit the world. And then we are going to use our spiritual storyline and our spiritual powers to get these bills across. We are going to put them out there. And we're going to help them with spiritual things. And so I probably will do some videos on how you yourself can find the documents for yourself. No media involved. There are some websites, very simple ones. There's a website that actually, these are actually just government sites that show you what bills are up there and what's going on. You have the House of Representatives website. You have the Congress's website. You even have the White House has its own website. Now, again, I stay away from politicians' websites, because those are going to, again, cater to their base, and their judgment can be skewed, even if they inadvertently do it. Again, it's an inadvertent skew. What you want to do is get the bills yourself, read them yourself, and decide for yourself if that's a bill you want to progress forward using your spiritual magic. Whether you're using prayers, or you're using spells, or they're all verbal power going out. Doesn't matter what you want to call them. You want to sing songs to your God and ask for intercession, go for it. But the point is, you shouldn't be asking for intercession on the words of a politician. You need to ask intercession on the documents. Those documents are what actually matter. Politicians say a lot of things and never get it done. What gets done is when we put ourselves as a group into those documents and look into those documents, and they're easy to find nowadays. The internet has made it a lot easier. We are not of the era where we had to rely only on the media to give us the information, or we had to go down to courthouses to find out what's happening. We're in an era where you just a click of your finger, I almost said a click of the mouse, that's gone, isn't it? Touch of your finger. It's even easier. And it pops up on your screen. I've been because of Tutana, and this is all because of Tutana. He wants me to talk about this. Because of Tutana, I refresh that well, I don't refresh it every day, because the House page that I've been using from the House of Representatives, it's a weekly thing. They give you the agendas for this week. I refresh it on the Monday. Although today I refreshed it. I think they may be out of session. I don't know. I didn't get anything today. But putting that aside, I keep up to date as much as I can. I mean, I don't know exactly when they're in session or not in session, but what I'm focused on is not them, their political votes or anything. I'm focused on the bills that are going in and doing my part to get those bills across. And sometimes, yes, that is through voting. But my feelings as of now, we need to focus on the bills.